Well, hello, my little potato, you beautiful soul. Whew. You know, I always like to start off with I love you. So I love you. Oh man, I go home tomorrow. But what a great day. I woke up a little earlier than she did, and then I just kind of like hung out. And we went down to the pool and we laid out for we laid in the chairs, and then we got in the pool and there was a floaty, so I floated around in the pool. That was a lot of fun. And then, uh, and it sounds like such a silly thing, but honestly, I haven't been in a pool in years. And when I say been in a pool, I mean like been in a pool just for fun, like just to float, not to swim, no purpose, just to hang out. So that was so nice. We got, went in there for like, we weren't in there for like a super long time. And then afterwards we went upstairs, and then, my friend had therapy, so me and her other friend, we went out and he showed me around town, and we went down to like the beach. We went down, just drove around, and I noticed that this part of Florida where we are, there are not a lot of chains. Like, it's like a lot of like mom and pop like shops, not too many chains, so that's actually nice. And maybe that's like island life. And so we drove around, and then we went to, I was like, oh, we started off the trip. I was like, oh, I need to stop by 7-Eleven. I got a drink. And then, cause when I'm going out and like doing stuff, I like to have a drink in hand, and that drink happens to be like a soda, right? So we did that and had a soda. So I was like, when we were driving around, I'm like, I have to go to the restroom. So we stopped at, I was like, he was going to stop at Taco Bell. I was like, go to Arby's. So we went to Arby's, and I got an order of fries too. And the lady made them fresh for me, which was like so appreciated. And I love that because I got curly fries. Then came back and we went to dinner. We met some other women, and I met a girl, and she does, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So that's an interesting avenue that like maybe I could explore, because I have been looking for classes to take, and maybe I could take a class there. She teaches like little kids though, so I was like, well, probably won't do that, but it's something to think about. And then one of the other girls has a bullwhip, and she was telling us that in the fall and winter there's these people, and they teach bullwhip classes, so they teach you how to crack the whip. And I just think it would be so cool, and like not just that, but like so empowering to be able to do that and hear the crack and the snap of the whip. So, and there's just a lot of things that my life here would be very different. And it would be different because of the people that I hang out with, but also because this life is different from the life that I had before. And so I'll probably, but I don't know, like, but it's nice that, I'll have like built-in friends, because that's so important when you move somewhere, to have friends and to know more than one person. Just so happens that all the 3 other people that I know are because of the one person, but like everybody lives close by. And it was funny because my friend and I were talking earlier today, and somebody had sent her a text with a smiley face emoji, and she looked at me and she's like, they sent a smiley face emoji, and we kind of looked at each other and we made like the smiley face at each other, and we just laughed about it. And I haven't done that with anyone in so long, and especially like a friend, like a girlfriend, where we just like look at each other and we're just like and then she did that with the other girl. They did this like, we're gonna howl at the moon, and they were, oh, and so we came to the beach tonight, and she was leaving, and we were staying, and like, oh, we forgot to howl at the moon, and we all went, oh, because the moon tonight is like, it is so beautiful. Literally, it is so beautiful, and my pictures are so pretty. And I have not looked at the moon in ages. And what we did was we were sitting in the chairs, but then the other girl brought a blanket, and we ended up laying on the sand and just looking up at the sky and the moon. And like earlier today when we were at the pool, we were looking at the clouds, and I was taking pictures of them. And I haven't done that. I mean, I do that when I'm in the plane, of course, because like I'm sorry. I do that on the plane, of course, because like you're at a different angle. But to be down on the ground and to see the clouds together and to see the shapes that they make and all of that. Went to this restaurant today, and it was a Vietnamese restaurant. It was kind of weird because it was a Vietnamese Japanese restaurant, so I think it was mostly Vietnamese, but then they just offered Japanese food. Man, that like I don't know if they're all like that, but it was pretty pricey in my mind. I'm like, I think the medium bowl was a pho was like $17 and the large was 19, and then the dish that I got I think was like 19, 22. It was, and then I had to add, and I just was like, whoa, I will make this at home next time. Buy the own egg. Like, it's so expensive. It was just like, oh my goodness. In my opinion, because I'm not used to paying for that. Like, to me, that's more expensive than New York. I was like, you're gonna charge $17 for a medium bowl pho? Excuse me? Like, wait, where I live, because in Houston, like, an expensive bowl of pho is like $15, and that's the big bowl. That's the extra large combination. I mean, bone marrow and like at that doesn't count, but like you know what I'm saying. This was just regular pho, and I was like, but it was good to meet like different women and different experience, and then came back, go up there, and now it's funny. I was thinking about earlier this week. I was thinking about my theme for August being activating actions, and I went to go write it down. And that was my theme for April. I was like, I went to go write it down, and I said, that sounds really familiar. Was that my theme? And I went to go look at April, and activating actions was my theme for April. So I'm still thinking about what my theme for August is going to be. I'm thinking it's going to have the word activities in it, right? Awesome activities sounds kind of it doesn't have that oomph, and I need that oomph in there. So, but I'm thinking activating activities. I don't know what that first word is going to be. It's going to be an A word. But I have to call my dad tomorrow, remind him to pick me up at the airport at like 10:15, 10:30 at night, depending on if I have to check my bag. Which at this point, it doesn't look like I'll be checking as though I'll be checking my bag, which is kind of an issue because I think my bag is starting to have issues. So we'll see how that works. But tomorrow, plane leaves at 2:40. Probably leave here like 1:30 or so, and then get through security and just go because I'm on. Okay, so at first I looked at it and I was like, oh no, I'm on 26F, which is like towards the back of the plane. And then I remembered that on Saturday when I was going home from New Orleans, I was in 26. I was in that same seat, and I had an empty row. So maybe that will be my good omen. I haven't gotten a notification that the plane is full, so I'm hoping. And plus tomorrow's Thursday, so I'm not really quite sure how business travel works on Thursdays. And I don't know how this is quite going to work. I don't know. I don't know if it's how I'm going to get here, but I do know that I'm working towards things, and it was good for me to come and get a taste of what it would be like to live here. And I would, of course, I want to live near where my friends live, and I mean like on the beach as well, because I said, well, if I live on the beach, because that's been the goal, is to be able to have a place with a covered balcony that looks out, so then that way I can see the beach from my window, and then even when it rains I can still see it and like the sunset, and that would help me to get sunlight in my eyes, and just so many little things that you don't think about. But if I lived here, that I potentially would, and like I said, maybe instead of going classes, I'll just go walk on the beach every day. And Lord knows the sand, walking in the sand is a little bit of a workout. It's like the best kind of stairmaster, because it's not so hard on your joints. And wait, I don't know, because I did look at like gyms near here, and one was, because I like having classes, and the other one that did have classes was personal training classes. Like it was personal training, and then so I don't know how that would work. And I need the gym to be like either relatively close by, or to have classes that I really want to do. And I did see one gym when I looked online today, but again, that means that I have to have a car. And at this current moment, I don't have a car, so I don't know how that would work. And I don't know if I would be I don't think I would be someone who's swimming. Because I don't know if that's enough for me, but some sort of workout, something. But my focus when I get back to Houston is doing the things that move my needle forward. I got to figure out what my North Star metric is going to be that I can do to live up to, and also what can I do to move the needle forward for me and my company, and something that not only that I can move the needle forward with, but I can stick to, but I'm going to ask my friend to give me, for example, like 30, 45, 40, 31 activities, for me to do, and to help me to build on my confidence and rejection and all of that. Because be honest, I like, there is a thing called rejection sensitive dysphoria, and I do feel like I have that because I don't like to be rejected. I mean, nobody does, of course, but some people are a little bit more sensitive to it, because when you were growing up, if you had ADHD or something and you were not diagnosed, then all you hear is don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And so you're a little extra hypersensitive towards it. And so I have to do the activities that make me kind of like desensitized to it, I suppose, and also help build my confidence. So she said one of the things that she did was she got on the dating apps and she just messaged people that she was like, I have no chance in hell with them, but she did it so she could get it out of the way. And I'm like, okay, that's a really, that's a good one. Because you have, like, literally you have nothing to lose. You never know who you might meet, right? So maybe I have to get back on the dating apps, and maybe I just have to accept that I swiped incorrectly, or I could slow down and actually look and see what people have to say. And I think that's the big thing, is that while I've been here, is learning to slow down. Because I'm not very good at that. I'm rush, impatient, And while I've been here, there's certain things that have happened, and I'm like, oh, I need to slow down a bit. And so those are things that I'm working on. Slowing down. And just, slowing down. That's the biggest thing. Slowing down, appreciating, and allowing myself to receive, to do things. So we'll see. Maybe my August theme will be allowing activities. Who knows? But anyways, that's really all I got for you today. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day and listening to me and my thoughts. I will travel home safe tomorrow. I know you're going to worry. Thank you for worrying. I appreciate that. So thank you again for listening. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.